Good morning, students. Today we will discuss an important theorem in differential geometry, which is Gauss-Bonnet theorem. According to this theorem, for a simply connected region R enclosed by a closed curve gamma, here gamma is the curve which is composed of n smooth arcs. The arcs are shown connecting the points A1, A2. This is the first arc. Second arc connecting A2 to A3. Next arc connecting A3 to A4 and so on. In this way, we have n arcs connecting the points A0 to A1, A1 to A2 and so on, An minus 1 to An. And this makes at the vertices exterior angles alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3 and so on up to alpha n. The axis of this closed curve gamma, that is defined by the expression 2 pi minus summation alpha r, where r varies from 1 to n, minus integral of geodesic curvature along this closed curve. This expression is called axis of the closed curve gamma. Here the angles alpha r, they lies between minus pi to plus pi, and the sum of all these is 0. We have to prove that the axis of gamma, which is defined by this expression, that is given by the surface integral of a function k, which is a function of the parameters u and v. So we are to prove axis of gamma is equal to surface integral of a function of u and v. This is called Gauss-Bonnet's theorem. So in order to prove this theorem, let us consider a surface with parameters u and v and a closed curve gamma composed of n smooth arcs in A1, A2, A2, A3, A3, A4 and so on. And let us take alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3 and so on, alpha n be the angles made at the vertices. These are exterior angles. Now, we already discussed in the Lovelace formula the geodesic curvature kappa g, that is given by theta dash plus p u dash plus q into v dash, where dash denotes derivative with respect to s. P and q, these are given by 1 upon 2 he multiplied with 2 e f1 minus f e1 minus e e2, and q is given by 1 upon 2 he multiplied with e g1 minus f e2. From here, let us find the integrals along the closed curve gamma. So we get integral along the closed curve gamma or geodesic curvature kappa g is equal to integral of d theta plus p du plus q dv. Here, this theta is the angle of the given closed curve gamma with a parametric curve v is equal to constant. Now, if we take this as the curve gamma and the parametric curve v is equal to constant denoted by this curve, let us take t is the tangent to the closed curve gamma and t1 is the tangent to the curve v is equal to c. Let us take the curve v is equal to c, revolve around this curve through an angle 2 pi. Then we can say that integral along the curve gamma of d theta, that is equal to 2 pi. Now because the sum of all the angles, that is 0, summation alpha r varies from 1 to n is 0, so we can add this term in this expression on the left side. So this will become integral d theta along the closed curve gamma plus summation alpha r is equal to 2 pi. Now by definition, the axis of the closed curve gamma, that is given by 2 pi minus summation alpha r varies from 1 to n, minus integral of geodesic curvature kappa g along the closed curve gamma. Now let us substitute the value of term 2 pi from the previous equation. The value of 2 pi is integral over the closed curve gamma d theta plus summation alpha r, where r varies from 1 to n. So substituting the value of 2 pi here and these two terms we have taken as it is. Also we can substitute the value of geodesic curvature kappa g, which we obtained by Lovelace formula. So substituting the values here, the term integral d theta along the closed curve gamma is cancelled with this term, and summation alpha r is cancelled with this term. So we get the excess of the closed curve gamma is equal to minus integral p du plus q dv along the closed curve gamma. Now it remains to find the value of this integral along the closed curve gamma. In order to find the value of this integral, we will use the Green's theorem, which we already learned in vector calculus. So according to that theorem, integral along a closed curve gamma of p du plus q dv, that is equal to the integral over the region R bounded by the surface of the expression curl q by curl u minus curl p by curl v du dv. This can be written as the surface integral of curl q by curl u minus curl p by curl v into the value of du dv can be obtained by the formula for elementary area. Elementary area ds, that is given by h du dv. So from here the value of du dv, that will become ds upon h. So substituting the value here, so we have obtained the integral along the closed curve of the expression p du plus q dv is equal to surface integral of the expression curl q by curl u minus curl p by curl v multiplied with 1 by h. Now according to our requirement, let us denote this expression by minus k. It means we have taken k is equal to curl p by curl v minus curl q by curl u divided by h. This is a function of u and v, and this is independent of the curve gamma. Now we can put this value here in the expression for excess of gamma. So the excess of the closed curve gamma becomes integral over the surface S of the function k, which is the function of u and v. So this proves Gauss-Bonnet theorem. And further, sometimes we prove that this function k, that is uniquely determined. In order to prove the uniqueness of this k, we can take another function of u and v, which we have denoted by k1, satisfying the same equation. It means excess of the closed curve gamma is the surface integral of the function k1. Also the excess of curve gamma, that is the surface integral of k over s. So from here we can see that integral over the surface s of the function k is same as the surface integral of k1. So from here this will become integral of k1 minus k over this surface, that will be 0. Or we can say that integral of this function k1 minus k over the region R bounded by the surface S, that will be 0. Now we have to prove that k is uniquely determined. It means k1 and k, they should be same. Now if we suppose k1 and k are different at any point p, then we can take either k1 is greater than k or k1 will be less than k. So if we take k1 is greater than k, in that case k1 minus k, that will be positive, and also this is continuous. So the integral of k1 minus k over the region R bounded by the surface S, that will also be positive, but this is a contradiction to this equation. So it means k1 cannot be greater than k. In the same way, if we take k1 less than k, in that case again k1 minus k, that will be negative. So integral over the region R of the function k1 minus k, that will be negative in that case, and we again get contradiction to this equation. It means k1 cannot be less than k at the point p. So if we take k1 greater than k, we get a contradiction, and if we take k1 less than k, even in that case we get a contradiction. It means k1 will be same as k at every point. It means k is uniquely determined as a function of u and v. So this proves the uniqueness of the function k, and this completes the proof.